So let's talk about the boat market right now, for those who want to sell their boats, especially. Every day, I bang my head against the wall explaining that someone's boat that they purchased in 2000 to early 2023 isn't worth what they paid for it, what they think it is today. It's not worth that. It's a painful experience and a challenge for us to explain and for anybody to understand. Frankly, when the pandemic occurred, people went out and purchased boats they always wanted. And due to some experience or the pressure, they overpaid for the boat. Now this itch has been scratched, and they are now trying to sell these boats. And the problem is the market is starting to go back to pre-COVID 2019 levels. And the issue we're seeing, the biggest problem we're seeing is that brokers, in order to get listings, are overpricing it because of the pressure from the sellers. Because they're afraid that if the broker doesn't get the listing, they're going to go on the Facebook Marketplace or wherever they go and list it themselves, and the numbers are way overpriced. I can tell you that most of the negotiations are starting, frankly, from the moment a potential buyer sees it on their phone. So, the negotiations start right away, and this is the problem we're seeing. The market is starting to take that dive. It's down already about 25 to 30%, depending upon the boat, the age, especially if you get into that 20-year-old boat. And it doesn't matter that you've put all this money into the boat and it's worth this, you think, on replacement. You can't replace it for this. It doesn't. The market's going to tell you what the boat's worth anyway. If it's a 20-year-old boat, and we're seeing a lot of those boats that are in really good shape, that people bought them right, or they overpaid, and then they put all this money into this boat. They have a boat that's only worth so much. The market determines it, and we can easily figure that out by comps that have been sold over the last 3 to 5 years, what the current listings are, which we're finding many of them are way overpriced, and we can come to a reasonable number that the boat's truly worth. I mean, brokers like us, we have a 3-step process, and it has been fairly successful as far as listing prices and getting it sold. We're usually selling our boats off maybe 5% off of the ask price, so we know how to price our boats. But then again, we're losing clients who don't want to list with us because we're telling them the truth. The boat's not worth what it is. You want to talk about boat and yacht brokerage, go to campusonthemarine.com. You can see our 3-step process at the same time, or you can call our office and we'll discuss it a little bit more.